Hello everyone, and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, Azorius Control. So, the last day of our week-long two-color control series is going to end, of course, with the best control style, Azorius. Right, everyone knows that white, super control style color, blue, super control style color, and what better deck to run than Azorius Control? And so this is the one with Mindsplicing Apparatus at the forefront, being the central theme of the deck. And I wanted to see how well it runs, because I played a few Mindsplice decks, and a lot of them I feel like the deck basically does not work at all unless you can land Mindsplice early enough for it to take effect. Otherwise, you kind of just get overblown. So that is the idea for this deck, and I want to see whether or not it runs exactly as I expect. So here's the deck list. We have 3 March of Otherworldly Light and 4 Syncopate. Technically, you should have 4 March, but I don't have 4, so I'm not going to go craft a March that might get rotated out soon. Instead, it's 3 March and 4 Syncopate. And in replacement of that extra March, I have 2 Faithful Absence instead of just 1. This card is very good for a lot of part of the meta nowadays, because if our opponent is Planeswalker heavy, this is the only thing I can use to remove Planeswalkers. There's nothing else we can do about it. Alright, so that is the replacement for March. Then we have 4 Sunset Revelry to gain life, draw a card, make humans. You know the deal. And then we also have 4 Experimental Augury to help proliferate our Mindsplicing Apparatus, but also help us find Mindsplicing Apparatus in the early game. Helps a little bit. I've seen some people use Impulse instead of this, and there are arguments to either way, right? So Impulse looks at 4 cards, this only looks at 3, but this also helps proliferate so that when you have Mindsplice out, it's not that much of a dead card. Then, of course, if we have Mindsplice, we need to use it on those X spells. So White Sun's Twilight is one of the best X spells in this deck, because we can wipe the board, create Mites as a win con, and also gain a bunch of life to come back from our early game opponent burns or early game opponent aggressions. And we need card draw, so we have 3 Silver Scrutiny to get basically as much cards as we need. Then we have 4 Union of the Third Path to help us stay alive in the early game. We get card draw, we get, well, it's basically just a cantrip, but we also get a lot of life if we have a big hand, which we probably will, seeing how this deck is kind of slow. And then we have 2 Witness the Future to cycle back and forth, with Mindsplicing Apparatus ticking up and bunch of card drawing in terms of Silver Scrutiny. I do expect the Witnessed Future to be able to actually cycle the deck and play a role rather than just, hey, look, I'm putting some cards in my graveyard, but maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, kind of idea for the normal Azorius Control, right? So that's why we have 2 of this instead of Devious Cover-Up. This is a card draw rather than just a counterspell. You can see we're kind of light on counterspell. We just have to force Syncopate, but we do have Farewell as a removal to get rid of the board, right? And something we have to be worried about is we don't really want to Farewell Witness the Future in the graveyard. That's why we only have 1 off, and I see a lot of decks run 1 off Farewell instead of my traditional 3 Farewell, 3 to populate kind of style to not die against mass aggression or mass board. I don't know how well this will work, but it is a trial and error run. And then look at the land base. We have 1 Eiganjo, 5 Plains, 1 Otawara, 4 Islands, 4 a Dark Heart Waste, 4 Deserted Beach. I only have 1 Seachrome Cove, so I can only fit 1 in the deck. If you have any more, run as much as you have and then cut down some of the basic lands. 4 Tranquil Cove, 1 Blast Zone, and my inclusion that I really like to have, the Monumental Facade. A lot of decks do not run it because it doesn't really do anything, but I think we have enough of our color basis that we can afford to run just 1. And basically, what it can do is add a oil counter on the Mindsplicing Apparatus. It's the only thing that it does. So you can cut this card if you don't have it. There's no reason to craft it. There's no reason to include it other than just seeing whether or not it plays any small role. That's the whole deck list. Now let's go and try out the deck. This is very mass removal light, I would say. I guess that's the best way to put it. Let's see, we're on standard ranked, and then we're on Mindsplice Control. That's what I want to do. Okay, to show instant cards in deck building, type T:instant or type :instant into the search bar. You know you can just type instant. I think it'll already give all your instants. We're fighting against Tuss. Opponent goes first. We have Mindsplice opening hand, so as long as they're not super aggro or... they are. Right. So, The Union's probably not as useful. This deck is most likely going to be, you know, the green-white version. Jawbone Duelist. Okay, so I want to get rid of the Skrelv, but the Jawbone Duelist will hit me for 2 Toxic next turn. I guess it's fine. Right? Because he can just protect it that way. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We gotta take out some of these early game cards, or we just die too fast. He can't protect himself, so there's something that we can do. Alright, we get a blocker here with the Revelry, and we don't get a card draw, huh? Well, we get 2 blockers. We probably need it so that we don't die too fast. This deck is not going to have a lot of cards in hand, so there's not probably a chance for us to draw another card later on. Okay, single blocker. Crawling Chorus. We have Wind into Future here. We can use it, but we also have Augury, which we can use to proliferate the Blast Zone. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So yeah, let's do that. We'll proliferate the Blast Zone, and then we can destroy everything that's 2. If we need to, but this is, I don't think we can get ahead anyways. This is too big of a board. Alright, we're at 3 Toxic already. Everything's gonna trigger. He's gonna have Hive. Okay, let's, I can tap the Blast Zone and add a blue. For Augury, I want to look for a land, right? But, okay, this is not a good land. But it is a land that I can play next turn. Do I want to Augury again next turn, though? That's the thing. I don't think I can win without an untapped land. Okay, I do have an untapped land. So, that means that I gotta blow up my own Blast Zone right away. Just so I don't die. Right? Kills this, kills that. I will still take 1 Toxic. I have 2 Witness the Future, which doesn't do much. I'm already at 3 Toxic. I will die very soon to this kind of deck. I have unfortunate. We went second against an opponent that's very aggressive. So we're just going to have to eat all the damage. Alright, so he's got a Skrelv that we can take out. Or we can Witness. Is Witness that good right now? We cannot play the Mindsplice because this is a tap land. So we can kind of stave off the Toxic for a turn. The next turn, what do we do? Right, this is going to give us 2 Toxic. We're going to go up to 6. That's not very good. So let's kill this. Well, we can because he's not going to do anything other than pump. And maybe draw a card. That will slow him down and kind of bring us back in the game a little bit. But we're already at 4, right? It's kind of scary, but... Okay, that's good. I want him to do that because that's a waste of mana. Is he mono white? No, he has green. Okay, so we could Witness, but it's probably better if we Mindsplice. He's going to draw a card. Yep. And he's going to have a lot of protection. So against the Crawling Chorus, I'm not really sure how much sort of sustainable life I can use up. There's another Skrelv. Okay. That's a lot of Skrelvs. Is that 3 Skrelvs already? We'll play the Mindsplice. We get a little bit of respite with the Witness the Future. Let's Witness first. Let's shuffle some cards back in. I need that. A Blast Zone's pretty good. Experimental Augury's pretty good. And I don't know if I want Faithful Absence is 1 mana. He also has a lot of cards, alright? So maybe the Revelry is also useful. They're all kind of useful. So, let's just see what happens. What do we have? Augury. That can give us another card. Syncopate. This lets us counter basically anything, but we're not... we're not looking to just counter spell. We're just going to take some damage. There's a Union. That's not great, but it is what it is. Gain some life, draw a card. Maybe we'll draw an island. Not an island. So we're going to go up to 8 this turn. Yikes. Now we're pretty much dead to basically anything. Okay, a Duelist is not as scary as some of the other cards. Us only drawing lands though, that's never good. So should I Witness first? I do have 4 cards to put back. Should I Witness? Or should I draw 3 cards first? Draw 3 and see what I get. Maybe I'll Witness then. I do need a Syncopate. So I need... okay, none of these are Syncopates. I need a Syncopate and then a extra land for... well, I have an extra land. So, and an extra land for Wise Sun's Twilight. But now I don't have enough mana. Right? Because I could Experiment Augury for another card. March. Did he tapped that? So I could get March to March the Duelist. But I also need to kill one of these. And still, I still will die if I don't kill one of those. Alright, so I don't need any of these, just the Revelry. Oh, I forgot to put in the... it's fine. I'm not going to last that long. Okay, so I get to choose one. I have to choose the Faithful Absence. This is not fun. Giving him another card draw. I mean, if he has any protection spell, I kind of just lose here anyways. That was a lot to do, but honestly, I could not get the Mindsplice to work early enough that it didn't matter. So yeah, GG. Hey, you know what? It's unfortunate, but we put up a good fight. This is what happened when you don't have to populate in the deck, which is why I was really questioning deck choices here. But to be fair, this is what happened on Arena a lot, that the Matchmaker will always put you up against a bad matchup, because we have a lot of life gain, but life gain is absolutely nothing against Toxic, and no one's really playing Toxic. Most people are playing Mono Red Burn, so the life gain matters when it's, you know, not Toxic. I have to keep this hand because I have 2 Union, so if our opponent's anything but Skrelv again, we have a chance, but of course, Toxic. I don't know what's the deal with the Matchmaker, only putting up against, you know, bad matchups. Alright, now it's Esper Control, or no, Esper Legends. That doesn't matter. We don't stand a chance going second against turn 2 Thalia. I'm just gonna leave. What can I draw to kill Thalia? March, maybe? Oh, he tapped his throat. That's interesting. So, if we had March here, we could use it. Now that we don't have March, I'm just gonna leave. Also, Faithful Absence would help, right? So, we have removal in the deck, especially for this kind of situation. But it didn't come out, so we got overrun. Opponent always goes first. This is a separate game if our opponent didn't go first. Elkhorn. Opponent goes first. So, this is not a good hand, but we do have 3 lands. If we mulligan, we're going to have less lands. Should I keep? I'm going to keep. I have a card draw, I have a Syncopate. And it's fine, you know. Another Esper deck, of course. Or at least an Esper land. So it's not blue, or it's not red. Oh, it's Esper Control. That gave us some time. If it's Esper Control, maybe we'll just hold up the Syncopate. I was thinking about getting rid of the Bank Buster. What the heck is this? Okay, it's not Esper Control. It's some sort of a 5-color domain deck. Another March, another land. Oh, of course, March. Not proliferating your Bank Buster? You're crazy. Okay, we're holding up Syncopate again. He's gonna get a card draw out of that. Very nice for him. He's not playing anything, which is smart, to be fair, because I have counterspells. But if he's not playing anything, I'm not playing anything. And this is another one of those games where we're falling behind because our opponent goes first. See, otherwise we would have Mindsplice out already, and he has to be answering that. Alright, this is probably just going to get exiled. Wandering Emperor. Wow.
I've learned much during my travels. May your blade strike true.
I mean, I guess you can Wandering Emperor. I don't know. Don't 100% agree with that. And a Witness. Oh, I don't have an island, huh? Do I want to Witness without an island? It's kind of scary. We can Faithful Absence the Wandering Emperor right now, so don't have to worry about it too much. This does 3 damage. I can wipe the board and makes 3 1/1s. I think it's fine, right? Oh wait, no. There's only 3. That does not wipe the board. I need 5 to wipe the board. What am I thinking? Okay, so I'm gonna Witness. I don't need to hold up Syncopate. Syncopate can only counter unless they pay 2, which they probably have. I can also March the Bank Buster. I don't know if deploying all of my spells right now is right, but I'm gonna do it because I don't know what I'm doing, and it's more interesting.
Still have much to learn.
To try out different kind of style. So, oh, end turn. Leyline Binding. Yep, you got it. My turn. Okay. Another land. Do I just hold up Syncopate? I do want to Witness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, that's fine. I'll put back this. I'll put back all of these. They're all kind of useful. I need another land, but I probably get another land in our card draw next turn, right? Crack it for a card draw, nice. Leyline Binding. I need 6 mana to get rid of Leyline Binding with the March. So that's not very good. Okay, he cycles for a card draw again. Does he have any mass removal? This is the one that proliferates, which I guess it doesn't do anything. He either draws a land or proliferates. Neither of which is that scary to me. Oh, he doesn't do either. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana. I'll take the damage. None of the damage really matters unless they're burning, because White Sun Twilight will give us a lot of life back. Another Mindsplice is nice. I can't do the auto pass because they might Emperor me. It's a lot of card draws. Wonder if there's just some sort of a reanimating thing. We'll take the 5. We'll play our Mindsplice again. Maybe they have another Emperor. Cycle. Okay, you can have that cycle. I don't know what kind of deck is this. This is the deck that returns lands from graveyards? That would be kind of interesting. It's very janky. But janky might be what they needed. Another land. That's not what we needed. So let's see. This will cost 7, which means that by reduction, this will cost 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will leave us with just 1 mana for the Syncopate, which isn't that good against a Leyline Binding. We need to tap for 7 to get rid of this Leyline Binding too. But we do gain 7 life. Well, we do gain 5 life. And get some mites out. And he has answered that as well. Alright, we got some mites. You can answer that. We get rid of the board state, so it's less scary. He's just cycling a lot of lands. I'm so confused. Does he just have a bunch of Triumphs in his deck? Triumph, 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 Triumph. Triumph, Triumph, Triumph. Depopulate. I can counter unless they pay 1, but I don't really care about the depopulate. I'm on 2. Another land. And I don't have card draws anymore, so that's the scary part now. Do I have any discards? I don't have any discards. I just have land-based cards. So, let's see what he does. Maybe he has another Leyline Binding. He has another cycle. What do you know? He has more mana than me with the Mindsplice. Okay. You want to proliferate my Mindsplice? Otherworldly. That's a good land to have. Another Syncopate, so I can't really do anything. He has Otherworldly. Maybe he'll bounce his Leyline Binding. Counter unless you pay 2. Had to Syncopate the Wandering Emperor. It's just lands and Wandering Emperor deck. I had to counter that too. Counter unless you pay 3. Bank Buster? So, okay, do I remove the Bank Buster or do I remove the Leyline Binding? Bank Buster gives him a lot of card draw. So, that's kind of the scary part. But I don't have to decide right now because this doesn't cost much for me. I could remove the Leyline Binding, so nothing costs too much of anything. Then I can make a big White Sun's Twilight. And then he has the Popular in his deck, so I don't know if that's the smart idea. I can get rid of the Bank Buster so he doesn't get card draw. Then I don't need to do that this turn. Ah. We're flooding. We are flooding. So let's see, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can do this for 10. We don't have any more card draw, so this is it. Ooh, a Traxa. What can he get? Nothing that scary, and you can gain some life, I guess, but enjoy the 10 Toxic Might hitting you. Well, okay, this might have been a misplay. I could have exiled... Oh, if I knew what was happening, I could have exiled the Bankbuster on the end of his turn, and that would give me an extra mana in order to do the Wyson Twilight for 11. Then I would have had 11 mites. Actually, it didn't matter, because he's going to exile one of them. Land! Oh yeah. Of course it is. He blocks 1. Goes up to 8. Will end my turn. And now, we do the slow grind. Bird Migration. Yeah. That's 8, he has 5, so he has 6 mana, or 6 creatures. So he has to play 1 more or kill one of these. What can he do? Do we have lethal? No, another ossification. Okay. So, he blocks 6 of these. We draw a land. This is freaking nice. Alright, he blocks 6 of these and then we die, right? These can't block anyway, so we can kill one of them. There's still... yeah. Dang it. Okay. We were close, but we drew lands like 5 turns in a row afterwards. Frustrating. But that's kind of how you play the Mindsplice deck, really. It's very niche. Let's try again. I hate to lose on... I hate to leave on a losing stream on the best type of control there could be, but sometimes it is what it is. Alright, 4 games, 4 opponent goes first in a row. I have 4 lands now, and I can't mulligan this hand because I have Mindsplice, but I have no draw. Now we have a draw. Let's put out a untapped land first. Would I need to march something turn 2? I don't think so. This is just Grixis. What the heck is this? I'm so confused. Alright, well, whatever. I don't know what deck I'm playing anymore. I guess this is why people play mono red all the time, because of jank that shows up and confuse them. So, yeah. Okay. Our opponent's not playing anything? Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Union? Another Union? Would I want to play Mindsplice into his turn 5? Maybe. Maybe. Fable? Let's see if we eat a counterspell. We do. Alright, how do we take out the Fable? It gets an extra treasure. And then we can, well, let's see. Union brings us up a little bit more. We have nothing else to play this turn, right? So yeah, Union takes us a little bit more. Now we have Syncopate. Smoldering Egg. I guess that's the card that threw me off. Everything else is just normal Grixis. Well, what else you got? Really? Okay, what does this do? Casualty 2. I can't read what the card does. Mills half their library rounded down. So it's gonna mill half my library. Okay, I could syncopate that unless they pay 1. Alright, my March really isn't going to hit anything this turn. Nope, there goes half. Do I have both Witness in the graveyard? There's one Witness. There's the second Witness. Alright. Our opponent got us with that mill. So confused. So this is just 2, right? I can get rid of that with just 2 mana. Wait, let's click on the 5. Let's remove it before they get a turn. And then we have a scrutiny for 1. I don't want to do that. This is some sort of weird mill deck. And he gets a copy now, so he has 2 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get to draw 4 with this. Let's just draw 1 then. Okay, no. Would he have a counterspell still? He kind of left himself open. Yeah, he might still have a counterspell. It's Grixis. So, Seachrome Coast. And turn. I'm holding up the Eiganjo to hopefully it attacks, but I don't think he'll attack. Not with a Fable token. Nobody ever does that. What the heck is this? Some sort of mill deck? I'm so confused. You're gonna make me mill 2 cards? Okay. Okay. Well, he's milling too many of my cards, so I don't think the scrutiny is gonna matter too much. All we have left is card draw. That's even worse. Let's see. I want to farewell the board, right? So, do I want to hold up a Blast Zone? Let's just exile everything. Wow. Okay. This was the dumbest game I ever played. Against a mill deck that still happened to have all the removal they need. I don't know. Okay, so I do feel like I've been ranked down too much because I was playing janky decks. That no one's playing aggro anymore. Everyone's playing even jankier deck, and I want to go back to aggro and just kind of overrun them because they're not playing the decks that... Oh, come on! After that many losses, I still don't go first? Well, 5 games in a row, right? That's just how we play these kind of games. Do I keep this hand? I have 2 lands. 2 very slow lands. Then I don't get to play anything for a while. So I need to top deck a land to be able to play something. I'm gonna keep. Doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. We will always get the worst matchup with the hands that we keep, so let's just play it. Play it out. Jund. This land is 100% tapped. This land has a chance of not being tapped, so let's play this first. Well, 100% is 0%. What do we do next? Not draw a land and lose? Do draw a land and probably still lose. Okay, we can Rivalry, we can Union. For Unioning, we don't have a Union this turn. If we Rivalry, we get 2 1/1s. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we just get 2 1/1s. I don't know if that's any relevant. What deck is this? Just a fight deck? I don't have any creatures for them to fight, so Oh well. It's probably the Obliterator Fight Club deck. Is he gonna play anything? Bankbuster. I draw a land, but it's tapped. I draw a land that's not tapped. I don't know if this matters too much. I'm pretty sure the Mindsplice will just die as soon as it comes in. This deck is looking to have artifact removals, so... Draw a card? Yeah. The goblins just going to town on us. Okay, we need to draw an untapped land, and that's 5 mana plus a reduction in the Mindsplice. It's 6 mana. Even then, we don't get a removal, right? So yeah. We have a lot of land, with a lot of life, so at least we have that. Bloodtide Harvester. Play our Mindsplice. Just to have it out. We'll probably just abrade it. This deck would be weird if he doesn't run abrade, but he has interactions in my cast? I don't know what he could have. Well, he lets me untap. Now I have Syncopate. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana. I can Witness. Come on. And put it here. And now my Witness only costs 1. This is reduced by 2, so I can gain 3 life. That's nothing. Witness for 1. I have 6 life, or 6 cards, so the Sunset won't give me anything, right? So Witness for 1 just for the heck of it. What card can I draw this turn that matters to us? I don't think there's any card I can draw this turn that matters. Maybe it's better to hold up the Syncopate for a lot of mana. Syncopate for 4. Yeah, and if he doesn't do anything, I can Silver Scrutiny for 2. So yeah, there's that. We have a lot of life still, so we should be fine. Unless they have 2 abrades. Alright, they untap, so that's 5 mana. We should be able to, or 6 mana. 7, 8 mana total. We should be able to sustain ourselves. With the keyword on should. Who knows? You never know what your opponent might pull on you. Some crazy combo you never see. Typical Jund stuff. With some fight cards. Fight card. I don't want to draw 3 cards. He has 8 mana. He's got to play something, right? Is it a Traxa? Nothing. He's not playing anything? Alright, well. Do I want to draw instead of Wyson Twilighting? It's kind of risky, because he could have a removal in response. I'm just going to go to my turn. This looks wrong, because I'm holding up mana, but I think it's right. So, let me move that here first. This is the same as tapping the land for mana. So, I'll tap an extra 1. And, oh no, 5. Right? So 4 from this, 3 from here. Let's see, we need Y, colorless. I still have Syncopate for 4, actually for 5 if I need it. Who knows what he has? Okay, he's getting a blood token. Respectable, but not really going to do much. He can draw, but that kills his pilot. I don't think he wants to do that. He can pitch the blood token for something. I don't know. He's burning it down. Mr. Shieldred, can you hurry? Unleash the Inferno on his own creature. Just to kill my Mindsplice, huh? Yeah, I need to save the Mindsplice. So, counter unless you pay 4, right? He only has 4 mana here. There. Now that's gone. And I have 1 mana, I might as well witness. I do need a Syncopate. I don't think I need the Union. I have a lot of life. White Sun is good. I don't know how many Field King he has. I do want another Syncopate, but it's probably not going to matter. Yeah, it's probably not going to matter. He'll be able to kill the Mindsplice on his turn. But if he does, you know, all the mites are going to get him. Alright, now he's only down to 7 mana. It's still a lot. 8 mana now. He could have Titan? Atraxa? I don't know if this deck runs Atraxa. It doesn't have white. But he could, with the treasure. He could have a board wipe, which... yeah, he does. Kills his own card. That's nice. It's good for me because he's not killing the Mindsplice, which gives me another turn. That's all I wanted. Oh, that's not good for him at all. Maybe he's waiting for the that thing again. Did I exile it? I exiled it with a counter. Unleash the Inferno. Oh no, attack for 4. You attack for a little more, so my Sunset is better? I guess not. Alright, Altawara. Altawara is a card that I might want in my hand. So, maybe I'll just draw a bunch of cards. 5 cards, keep up the Syncopate. Well, I don't need colorless mana. Right, so maybe I'll draw 6 cards. With the Monument of Facade. No, let's just draw 5. I'm gonna have to discard anyway, so let's just draw 5 first and see where we go from there. Okay, we'll play the Deserted Beach. And we still have to discard, so maybe I'll march some. Nah, I don't want to march anything. You know, Sunset to get 2 1/1s out. Just because get it out of my hand. How many cards I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need to get 1 card out of my hand. And Sunset is that card. Right? Otherwise I can discard a land. Just to keep my mana open. Yeah, getting 2 1/1s out, how important is that? Probably not that important. He can keep attacking me. It helps me if he brings my life down a little bit more. I have too much life. Halana and Elena. You can have that. Like I said, I have too much life. Just give it trample, right? Oh no, it's just +X+X. So that's nothing to me. Bankbuster. I'm just gonna exile that Bankbuster. I don't like... actually, let me Augury first. See what I can get. Maybe it'll be something better. Maybe I'll get a Farewell. Another White Sun. Another White Sun's pretty good. Mindsplice is probably useless right now. Alright. Do I want to march this or do I take 6? I'll take the 6. Ow. It hurts. Alright, he's not playing anything, so we can just let it tick up. We have 2 White Suns now. The more White Suns, the better. Let's not put ping lands out for no reason. We have a lot of life, to be fair. Alright, so this is 7. I think he has another burn. This is 7, so we can go 8, 9, 10, and I'll have 5 mana up. Right, I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3. I don't have 5 mana up. Right, this is 7 plus 2 whites. Let's just do 7. And they quit. Alright, so yeah. We can kill a Jund, at the very least. The deck itself isn't bad. A lot of times we get bad matchups, and we have to really think about how to fight our opponent. Going second doesn't help, but the deck itself, I think it's decent enough that warrants playing. To be fair, Mindsplice is a very hard to sort of sustain card on the board. Once you see it, everyone wants to get rid of it because it's so good, right? So the deck has to have some more protection, which we don't have. Sunset Revelry, I believe, is a dead card a lot of the times because our opponent's not playing mono red burn. If we're going against red deck win, this card will be so much more useful, but we weren't. And it really depends on where you are in the meta and how far up are you on the ladder. If you're high up on the ladder, everyone's playing mono red, and this card would be a lot more useful. And that's why everyone's running this card. But if you are where I'm at, because you like to play janky decks, you can probably cut this for something a little bit better, right? Something that's more controlling. Maybe make this appear. Maybe just a bounce spell. What is that bounce spell called? The Faithful Absence. No, this is Faithful Absence. If you have more March, you should run more March too. But that one bounce spell is called the Fading Hope. That's what it's called. Yeah, you can run that. That could also help, right? Or you can just have more card draw in the form of Impulse. That can also help. And that's really all there is. There's no other ramp you can put in blue-white other than maybe Celestis. And the Celestis is good, but it's not perfect. So that's what I feel about in this deck. There are a lot of things you can improve depending on your opponent, but a lot of the times it's really just a flip of a coin. This is what Magic Arena has come to, right? It's a flip of a coin. Are you going first? Did the Matchmaker screw you up and put you against the worst matchup you can have? If you do, then there's no winning that kind of game anyways. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.